Rich stops by, as he has been all week, here from London, getting ready for the Ravens and the Titans. The PFF grades, oh, by the way, for week number 5 have dropped. Lamar Jackson, speaking of drops, the highest-rated player at any position, week 5, according to the PFF folks. Where is Dak Prescott, you ask? Let me see. He is not on
nowhere to be found.
The list of the top 25.
Well, I got to tell you this. I just saw the latest Kurt Warner post of him breaking down tape, and I think, at some point you can see some of the similar cabinetry that you see behind me in my room. So he's somewhere in this hotel doing his all 22 work. So he just showed a remarkable video. I retweeted it that where Dak throws an interception on a double slant that is caused by the play call being on a tight part of the hash that maybe they shouldn't have called that play because of how tight it is to run a double slant from the part of the field that they were on. And that the inside receiver runs the route at the same depth as the outside receiver, which means Dak gets zero read on the defense and just has to guess where to throw the ball. And those two items put together lead to a Dak Prescott interception. So now you can sit here and say this is excuse making. This is trying to come up with another reason to cape for Dak, which I like to do. All I'm saying is that it's not just on this guy. And I do believe that if you get the right playmakers and the right play calling and everyone gets in a groove together, that this team has the ability to make a deep playoff run with Dak Prescott at quarterback. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Thank you. I went ahead and said that.
You asked for it.
But I paused just to hear who would say that. And Jerry Jones is saying the same thing. He is saying the same thing.
He's in denial.
You could sit there and say he's in denial, but the denial may be about the roster. Honestly, who is scaring you other than 88?
Are we talking about the Patriots or the Cowboys?
I'm talking about the Cowboys.
But I know
the Cowboys have so many more weapons than the Patriots.
Though.
But comparing Mac Jones's options to Dak Prescott's options.
But it's a guy who refuses to give up roster control. Hire a general manager.
The roster may be the issue here. Again, who scares you outside of 88 and maybe 20? But 20's just not the same guy. And maybe I've got to sit here and take stock in myself too, TJ, because I've said to you, how many times did I turn to my right and say to you, Pollard's got to get the ball more than Zeke.
You were his number one champion.
And now Zeke's gone. And where you see more burst and big time plays from Breece Hall, Devin Achane before he got hurt, Zach Moss, right? I mean, where's the big boom home run plays from him? That's exactly what they need. They need when they're on skates on defense and they're getting boat raced. And they're not putting points up on the board. You need Pollard to go 60 and just say, screw it. This is the end of that. I'm gone. And scheme him open or something seems to be off. But I believe Jerry Jones had something to say on this very subject matter earlier today.
Very, very disappointed, of course, because we do and can play better. Number one, one of the first things that I ask myself in any situation, can we do some things different than we did against the 49ers? Can we do it? Are we capable of doing it? Do we have the players? Do we have the systems in place? Should we have planned to do it, but in case we hadn't planned, can we do something different? The answer is yes. In my mind, make no mistake about it, we have a quarterback that can get us there. And so I feel very strongly there. We have coaching on both sides of the ball that can get us there.
You know what was also interesting there, Rich, is that, and we didn't play that part, Jerry Jones was asked, and we're only now week 6, would you consider asking Mike McCarthy to give play calling duties to Brian Schottenheimer?
Ooh.
We're already there. And he said, nah. He shut that down. No. That is not a conversation he wanted to have. But remember, we spent the entire offseason, you said Texas Coast offense, right? That's what we're going to call this thing. The entire offseason talking about how this offense is going to be so different with Mike McCarthy. But here we are heading into week 6, and Jerry's taking Brian Schottenheimer questions.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you get boat raced by the team that you definitely have to get past. And now you're going to clearly have to go to their house, too. If you do make the playoffs, unless the Cowboys get lucky and when they come off of a wild card weekend win, they have to go somewhere else, and the Niners presumably coming off of a bye, unless they lose to the Eagles, the Niners get knocked off in the divisional round and they don't have to go there. I mean, these are scenarios that I still think are in play. I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs. I think they might be in trouble as part of the Overreaction Monday segment that Chris and I did on our podcast yesterday, that I think they might even lose in Los Angeles to the Chargers and Kellen Moore, which would, I think, lend more fuel to the Brian Schottenheimer needs to call plays fire. But even then, at 500, there's still, a ton of games left, 11 games to go. And the Cowboys can absolutely win 7 of those if they can start playing explosively. The explosive plays like the one to Turpin, they don't happen enough. They don't happen enough when their defense is not balling out. So when their defense is steamrolling people, then Dak can, pick and choose how he sees fit sometimes to throw the ball. And maybe the play calling is, as you saw from Kurt Warner, just look at the video again and just know that it's difficult sometimes to play quarterback in this league in ways that we don't understand as just mere mortals. But I firmly believe Dak he's not the guy who throws 400 yards anymore. He's not the guy that's going to come up with, 5 touchdowns in a game, 3 in the air, 2 in the ground, 4 in the air, 1 in the ground. Like, that guy's gone. So they need a running game to actually supplement a defense that can start boat racing people, to use that phrase again. I'm not ready to hit the panic button on the Dallas Cowboys just yet. That's all I need to say. But that was a measuring stick game, and they had the measuring stick hit them over the head on that front.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.